worst moment in the history of my life. This is ridiculous. This is crazy, man. We went to the NBA Finals. Why are we trading the best player, the franchise player? How are we trading the franchise player? We went to the NBA Finals.
It really can't get any worse for the Dallas Mavericks. I have friends who are Dallas fans, and what they've had to endure over the past month or so is painful. Imagine having hope for the future. Imagine your franchise is comfortably built around a global superstar. He's entertaining, he's electrifying, he puts up numbers, he carries a team when the lights are the brightest. Now imagine that player is traded in the middle of the night. No rumors, no warning, just breaking news from Shams out of nowhere. Before February 1st, the Dallas Mavericks were one of the few franchises in prime position to be built to compete in the present and had time to contend for the future. Luka Doncic wasn't budding, he wasn't ascending, he was here, and he was proving it. 2 trips to the conference finals and an NBA Finals run just last season. Granted, they didn't win it all, but a run to the finals nonetheless, and this is exactly where any franchise would want to be, or at least that's what we thought any franchise would want to be. But now, this once hopeful, excited fan base is staring at a disappointing reality, and they have their front office to thank. Injuries to a newly acquired Anthony Davis, a season-ending ACL tear for the revitalized Kyrie Irving is just salt in the wound. From an NBA Finals appearance to a move that was supposed to put them in this win now, it's air quotes on that win now, only to watch it all crumble. And the worst part, I don't think that there's a way out of this. What's good, y'all? And welcome to Chillhop.
That is a generational talent. That is one of the most dominant offensive players this league's ever seen. I just don't think you can do that. I think it's there's some irresponsibility associated with that. That's very short-sighted.
Nico Harrison, the general manager for the Dallas Mavericks, may not be the only one responsible, but this move definitely rests on his shoulders. I've heard all the theories. I've watched games before and after the trade, trying to find something, anything that I may have missed as to how this could have happened. Maybe it was a chemistry issue. Maybe there were signs in the locker room. I've checked out the reactions from former teammates. I've listened to the educated guesses of hoop media, both new and old. And what I've learned, this don't make sense to any of us. Because the rules are simple. When you land a generational talent, you don't let him go. Luka Doncic wasn't only scratching the surface of his prime, he was excelling. Rookie of the Year, 5-time All-Star, 5-time first-team All-NBA, historical numbers on any given night. He was stamped by Dirk Nowitzki himself, and yet Nico Harrison told the world that this move to pair Anthony Davis with Kyrie Irving gave them a better shot at winning now. And all I can think is, how do you look at Luka's trajectory and think, I think we're off on the wrong track. Or let's take it a step further. He's not our guy. Granted, Luka's performance in his first finals versus a loaded and prepared Boston Celtics wasn't ideal. But at this age, this is something you chalk up to growing pains. It didn't warrant a complete uprooting of your team's championship window and future for the next decade in hopes of cashing out in the next 3 on a guess. That's bad math. And yes, AD playing great in LA. Very much so. He was playing great in LA and was in the middle of a great showing in his debut. Kyrie was also playing at a high level, putting up great numbers on great splits. But when you look at the NBA landscape, this transaction didn't make anyone go, oh, that's a guaranteed chip right there. At least not how I viewed other teams and signings that have shifted power in one direction in recent history. Boston, in my opinion, is still better. OKC and Cleveland, young, but in my opinion, better. And there are 2 dark horses that were dormant in the West now with significant upgrades, one of which you put a battery in the back of that potentially could send you home. Now add in the fact that both of these two stars you are building around for this get a ring quick scheme suffered serious injuries, with AD's groin and Kyrie's ACL. And they're both on the other side of that 30-year mark, and they have a significant injury history to back up that as well. That ideal 3-year window has dwindled to maybe one real shot at it. And that's if everything goes perfectly from recovery to fit. Yes, this is bad luck. Unfortunate circumstances, unfortunate moments. But it runs deeper than that. This will go down as one of the worst trades in sports history because the rules are simple. And the Mavericks chose to break them.
And so many times, even great players have come back to play for a team that traded them away. As the chance of Fire Nico resume once again.
Player, not only a face of the league, but a player for the next 15 years that they will have never been able to get. If he do a third of what he did in Dallas, in the Laker uniform, if he gets 70 in the Laker uniform, and let me just say this, he's more Kobe Bryant than LeBron James. You hear what I'm saying to you?
You can say what you want about the Lakers. Some of us love them, most of us hate them. But what is true is that the Lakers and Luka Doncic is a match made in heaven. The Lakers were in this dormant position of preparing for life after Bron, and they were kind of stuck. Yes, they were competitive, but they were dealing with questions that needed to be answered. The most important one, who are we handing the keys to? And as great as Anthony Davis was for the Lakers and being a part of a championship team, I know everyone doesn't respect that bubble ring the same. That's an argument we can have in the comments. I don't think that the front office or the fan base was convinced that AD could be the guy for the franchise. But that's no longer a question. And here's why this trade should scare the NBA landscape a little bit and haunt the Mavs. For the past 3 seasons, Luka Doncic has been at least a top 5 player in the game. With career averages of 28, 8, and 8 so far, the only player in the game to do so, the arrival of Luka in LA gives them a superstar with dynamic playstyle and skill set to build around. And it doesn't hurt that they can use the case studies of the past 6 seasons from Dallas to do what Dallas was essentially too impatient to do. Yes, the Lakers can do what the Mavericks should have done and continue to put threatening rosters on the floor. And the Lakers can do it by making it happen in LeBron's final years of his career. And do what the Mavs front office gave up on in the same breath by preparing to contend in the next era of the NBA. A future built around Luka Doncic. Now, let's say some of the rumors are true, right? Some of the rumors about Luka, which were justified in this move altogether, this historically mind-boggling move altogether, are true. His conditioning, his work ethic, his approach to the game, they're all really bad. What greater example can he have to sustain and elevate his game other than LeBron James, serving as a blueprint for a guy who up until this point didn't really have one? I mean, let's be honest. Did Luka ever really have a guy to help him become a championship caliber player? Understanding what it means in every aspect to be a championship leader as well. No. And that's what makes this move so dangerous. The Lakers didn't just land a superstar, they landed a succession plan. A guy who's already elite, already skilled, but now hungrier. And yes, the Lakers still have questions, but we can agree those questions are easier to answer now. They have their superstar. I believe they have their coach. And now all the other pieces in terms of supporting cast will fall right into place, because how many people are turning down a time to play ball and have fun and do their job in LA? It's where every superstar, every player wouldn't mind to be. So, once again,
would you ever have traded Luka Doncic?
I'm not going to go there. It doesn't even matter.
And this is why Dallas fans should be sick. While the Lakers are on this course set to thrive, we are conversely watching what may be a road to irrelevance. Former majority owner feels that. Mark Cuban voiced his confusion and his disapproval of the trade, despite trying to keep it as clean as possible. But we know, and the fans know, the enraged confusion that had them chanting in the streets to fire Nico Harrison with coffins to symbolize the death of this season has now settled into something closer to despair. Devin Booker and the Suns had a game in Dallas, and he said you can feel the vibes are low as soon as you land. Because for the first time in decades, Mavericks fans are experiencing something unfamiliar. For 20 years, Dirk Nowitzki and Luka Doncic gave them stability, gave them hope, a reason to believe, a reason to pay and show up, because anything special could happen any night. Granted, yes, that's still possible, Kyrie, but it's different now. Now all that stuff is uncertainty. This tightrope between greatness and irrelevance, contention and purgatory isn't fun. While this mission to get a ring in the near future isn't completely lost, it's only hanging on by a thread, because one more significant injury or an offseason where you're incapable to fill the holes that you've created within the roster, and this would be a collapse we have never seen before. A self-inflicted collapse. And I don't wish injury on no one. And I hope Kyrie can bounce back. I hope AD manages to get back on the floor and play at the same high level he was playing at. Both of them play at the same high level they were playing at before they went down. Because honestly, it makes the West a lot more interesting. But if not, these will be dark days ahead in Dallas, man. And I feel for the fans who will have to endure it. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And if you stuck with me to the end, thank you. Feel free to leave comments below on how I can improve these videos. I want to continue to make these. And let me know your thoughts on Dallas and LA. And as always, be easy. God bless.